All right, we're joined here by Timbers head coach Phil Neville. Phil, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and just start us off with your thoughts on the team before the season opener this weekend.
Hey guys, how we doing? We go again. No, I'm really excited for the start of the MLS season this weekend. I think it's felt like a long but productive off-season. Got to say the pre-season was really good. We really enjoyed the pre-season, probably more than I did last pre-season because of I felt more settled with the team, in the job, in the city, in everything around the working environment. So that was good. And whatever you do in pre-season, all the work that you put in, it now comes to the real action, and we're looking forward to starting the season on Sunday.
We'll open it up to questions. We'll start with Jeremy.
Obviously, Evander has left. David DaCosta's in. What have you seen from him in his first couple training sessions with the team?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of him, so it's not just the training sessions, but he's adjusting really well to his teammates, to the environment. We don't know yet whether he's going to be available for the weekend, so I think that's probably the next step. We want to see him in action. We want to see him gelling with his teammates. That takes a little bit of time, but he's been really, really impressive around the place. He trained with the team for the first time yesterday in terms of a full team session. He's been doing a lot of individual work, and he showed qualities that we need in our starting 11. And I can't wait to get him involved. Hopefully it will be this weekend. But that's probably a long shot.
Besides DaCosta's visa situation, can you kind of give us more of a wider injury update on the team, how Jonathan Rodriguez is doing, what he's dealing with, and then also Santiago Moreno, who's training on the side today?
Yeah, we've had to suffer a little bit in pre-season. So in terms of this weekend, no Rodriguez, no Moreno, no Mosquera. He's only trained 2 days. He'll be on the bench at the very, very maximum. He still needs 10 days to 2 weeks. He's missed the whole of pre-season. I'm thinking of anyone else. No Jonathan, no Santi, no DaCosta probably this weekend, and no Mosquera. So I think Finn's back this weekend, yeah. Finn's trained the last 5 days, played 30 minutes against Charlotte, and is in contention to start on Sunday.
Phil, Guillermo with KT News in the back. How you doing, first of all? And then second, you can't replace a son. And you mentioned that Evander was kind of like a son for you last season.
Not anymore.
All right, moving on from that. Who are you looking to this season in the team to step up and have maybe just an impressive season?
Yeah, well, I think what's important to say is that we're going to be a different team this year. There's going to be a new identity, a new style of play, because the players are different. The players that we've brought in will make us a different team. And I think what I always thought about us last year was we were a team of really, really good individuals. And sometimes when obviously we sent them out onto the pitch, individuals don't always win you championships, don't win you games, don't get you success. And I feel this year, particularly with the signings that we've made, we're going to be a better team. A team that when it goes out on the pitch, we're going to know what we're going to get from that team. And that as a coach is a really good place to be, because there was probably times last year when we were rolling the dice about which version of the team we were going to see. And we saw our inconsistencies throughout the whole season, but particularly through many games where we would have periods of really good play, exciting play, score goals, and then there was periods where we would concede goals and not stick to the plan and be really inconsistent. So what I expect this year and what we've planned on all season is the consistency in our play. I think the consistency gets you success. And we're a new team, we're a young team. I think just looking through the roster, Mosquera's young, Finn Sermon's young, David DaCosta's young, Anthony's young, Jimmy Fore is young, David Ayala's young, Kevin Kelsey's young, all below the age of 24, which is really exciting. Ian Smith's really young, no experience in the team. So So we're going to need those young players to really step up, and we're going to need the senior players to grab hold of those young players and say, right, you're coming on this journey with us. These are the do's and the don'ts. These is what you need to do. So we're putting a lot of expectation on the younger players, but we're also putting even more expectation on the senior players to make sure that we help those young players, because those young players are going to be stars. Trust me, we've got some incredibly talented young players now, and I think it's going to be exciting seeing them grow over this last season. And what we saw over the last 12 months, we saw a player develop from an $8 million player, $8 million player to a $12 million player. We've got other players in the team that some of the top clubs in the world are now inquiring about, wanting and seeing the development. So we're a club that likes to develop players and improve players, and I think that's really exciting for this group of players. And it's exciting for me and the staff to see the growth in every single player.
Coach over here.
How you doing?
It writes itself getting a chance to open with Vancouver. And I know it's a new team, but I know there are players that were on the team last year that felt that loss. How much did you obsess over that loss and the way the season ended, and just how much of a motivating force was that going into the offseason?
I mean, it was definitely a motivating factor in terms of the work that we needed to do. I think what it did, it just speeded up the process of what we wanted to do. We knew we were in that little bit of a transition rebuild focus, and I think it transitioned into we needed to act really quickly. And I think in the early part of the off season there was a period where we probably didn't make many moves, and there was a lot of frustration probably from outside the club. But we had a clear plan and clear strategy. Now we've probably accomplished probably 90% of what we wanted to do in the off-season. There's still probably 10% to go. So, but the players we brought in have got outstanding qualities, both on and off the pitch. And we're playing against a team that's got a new manager, some new players, but the feeling of that last game should be our motivation. That feeling of that last game should have been the motivation all off season to come back even fitter, even stronger, even more motivated. And we start the season with a clean slate. And for me, it's a Cascadia game. I was at a fan event on Tuesday, and the Cascadia Cup is still one of the most important parts and most important goals for this football club, and especially for the supporters. And we want to make sure we give the supporters what they want.
Hey, Phil. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
You talked about the young kids, but now I wanted to ask you about one of your older players. Diego Chara is nearing his 400th appearance. He's been here for more than a decade, and I wanted to get your thoughts on, what he means to this team, both as a player and both as a leader.
I mean, he's a phenomenal human being first and foremost, which I think is the most important quality to have. He's got the respect of everybody within the dressing room, outside of the dressing room, outside of this football club. Everyone in this league, I think, respects him and holds him in the highest regards. And I think every single day I see him train, I see him behave. He literally inspires me every single day because of his behaviour, because of his attitude. And we were in Coachella when we were away for a few weeks, for 3 or 4 weeks, and we got down to Coachella, and he played a game, and then he had something with his family that he had to attend to, and I said, look, Diego, come back whenever you want. And within 24 hours he'd flown home and come straight back, because the team is really important to him. And with his experience, you would have I literally give him 3 or 4 days to go and enjoy his family, go and see his family, because he's not spent that much time with them, and he was back within 24 hours. He would have been back quicker if it hadn't been for the snow. The snow actually delayed his flight back. So I think everything that's great about this city, not about this football club, is Diego Chara. Diego Chara epitomises everything I think is great about this city, and he is someone that's going to be at this football club for a long, long time, well beyond his playing career.
Phil, this kind of feels like a weird question to ask, because you guys were so prolific on offense at times last season, but you lose an MVP candidate. It sounds like Jono might miss a certain amount of time. Where's the offense going to come from for you guys, especially here early in the season? Yeah,
I mean, well, we invested a lot of money in Kevin Kelsey. I think when you talk about the DP players, you forget Felipe Mora, who had an outstanding season last year. So there's guaranteed goals there. We need goals from Anthony. We need goals from midfield. We need goals from our centre-backs. It's a really fair question because we have took goals out of our team, but we have got goals in the roster at this moment in time. We are probably missing our creative players in that team. Da Costa, Jonathan Rodriguez, Santi Moreno, Juan Mosquera, real 4 attacking players that help with our offensive play. So, like I said before, maybe in the first month of the season you're going to see a slightly different Portland Timbers than what you saw last year. But it's a Portland Timbers team that's going to be still playing on the front foot, attacking football, and making sure that we're the hardest team to beat.
Coach, para la Grande Radio en español, por favor, ¿cuáles son las expectativas? ¿Qué podemos esperar de este equipo nuevo en cuestiones de juego? Y la segunda pregunta sería, hoy juega Vancouver Whitecaps en Conca Champions, ¿lo tiene previsto para verlos?
Sí, mi expectación es esta temporada es el mismo que todas las temporadas yo trabajo en fútbol, es yo quiero ganar. Los dueños quieren ganar también, Ned quieren ganar. Entonces tenemos muchos retos en el inicio de la temporada, pero es una temporada con un equipo nuevo. Con unos jugadores muy jóvenes y también con experiencia. Entonces tenemos muy emocionado con el partido el domingo contra Vancouver. Es un equipo con un entrenador nuevo también, que ellos jugaron un partido esta noche a las 5 en FS2, a las 5 también. Entonces es un partido donde todo mi cuerpo técnico vamos a verlo, porque es una oportunidad para verlos y ver las cualidades y las debilidades también.
¿Va a jugar a favor de Timbers, que lleguen ellos cansados, que tengan que viajar, que tuvieron partido hoy Vancouver?
Es difícil porque ellos juegan fuera de casa en un sitio muy largo de Vancouver, pero creo que dos días entre el partido el domingo, entonces es un montón de tiempo para descansar, para recuperar, y cuando tiene 10 semanas para descansar en noviembre y diciembre, ahora no es el tiempo para decir yo estoy cansado.
Phil,
Amigo, how are you?
good, yourself?
Yeah, good.
40, your evaluation having Jimmer here with you training preseason and now expectation for him?
The expectation is... Sorry? Oh, you have to ask the question in Spanish to get an answer in Spanish. I mean, hombre. Jimmer Fori es un jugador muy joven, pero tiene mucha experiencia en su país. Jugó en un partidos muy grandes en su país, entonces es un jugador que quisimos, un jugador en esta posición, con velocidad, joven, con unas cualidades nosotros necesitamos. Es en el área es genial. Todos los balones cuando salimos en el ataque, él es muy fuerte en el área. Tenemos 3 jugadores en esta posición: Claudio Bravo, Ian Smith y Jimmer Fori. Entonces es un reto muy grande para jugar en esta posición en nuestro equipo. Cuando hablé con él la primera vez, mi opinión, mi sentimiento fue, es un jugador que fútbol es su vida de Jimmy Fori. Él vive todos los días para jugar fútbol. Entonces esa cualidad es para mí el mismo de Santi Moreno, Juan Mosquera, David Ayala, Anthony, es una calidad muy especial. Entonces estamos muy felices con él. Siempre juega con un sonrisa en el campo, pero es el mejor bailando en la plantilla. No seguro. Él cree que es él siempre bailando en el vestuario, pero para mí es muy, muy mal. Es una broma.
Okay, we're going to wrap it there. Thanks, Coach.
Oh, thank you.